And hello, y'all. I'm finally almost done with this train of poetry. I only have two more left. I could not be more excited because this was a struggle, y'all. And so I'm gonna have to listen to all of them tomorrow. Don't forget to turn your volume up because you're gonna have to. And I know someone's gonna come in the comments and be all adjust your mic and blah 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 blah. It's happened before. you know, the amount of time it would take me. I even have like software and stuff. It's just, I feel like I have to embrace that I do not have the mental fortitude to add something else to my plate beyond all of the things that are already on it. I just, good intentions. Yeah, I had good intentions. But I didn't even memorize these poems. I'm reading them. So we are adjusting the sails so that I continue, in a forward motion and don't get left behind. Um, and yeah, I lost where I was going with that. But this one, I know for sure, someone gave me the first line or first two lines because I was doing 30 and 30 for April Poetry Month. I don't think I finished it. I only finished it once, and that was the first time I did it. And this is one of the, I think this was the third time I tried that. Actually, I had met some new people through Facebook um, because I ran away from Twitter because, you know, which is no X, which is really weird. It's real odd to say X. Like, sorry, my brain really wants to say Xavier or something like that. Like, it's really odd to just say X unless I'm talking about an axe, or I'm saying axe murderer or axe relationship or experience. It's like it needs more, but just settling on axe is odd. And I don't know why I find it so odd. It's very weird. And I don't like saying it because it's not an axe. It's a social media app and it should have a real name. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's too much to ask for. Yeah. So here we are. This came out of 30 for 30. I know the first line or two are not mine because I asked for prompts. And I used quite a few of them. And this was one that came out of that because I don't know. It just made me think that this was the idea for the poem from the first line. I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. I didn't know how I was going to do it. But the essence of this poem, as soon as I saw this, oh, I know what's happening here. Um, and so this is where it's at. And I'll explain how this speaks to Dario at the end. I'm just going to read it. And this is called Sleep. You slept on me, simply pretended you did believe in the dreams I did conceive, thought I'd be too blind to see. You slept on me, told me you were down for the ride, even walked right by my side, your true intentions tried to hide. You slapped on me, told me my words were inspiring while all the time conspiring to kill the flame inside of me. You slapped on me, saying you felt the depths in my lines, the journey through my mind, while hating all the time. You slapped on me and let me down just when I needed you. When I tried to climb my ladder, you did hide. You slept on me, tried to deceive me with your lies, with the words you gave so kind, but it was all a device, a diversion, a subtle excursion of praise and accolades, of encouragement and words designed to look like they were there to help me move along, keep me going with life's song. When all along you were plotting and trying to bring me down and silence the lines, the truths that live deep within the wells of my soul, hiding in the places you refuse to go because you are afraid to open up your mind. To the hurt, the pain, the emotions that fall down like rain and drown you like waves. Jealous of the ways in which I travel through the ins and outs of the things lying way down deep inside of the lines that escape me rhyth, so rhythmically, fluently, influently, effortlessly, influentially, effortlessly, designed to amaze, so you hate, but that's okay. I'll move on, live on, breathe continuously, swimming in pools of gray, searching for that light, the one that you tried to destroy, pretending that you were on board, but you didn't know my power. And now that you're asleep in your dreams, I will seep, impregnate, seed, infect you with the words that you tried to escape. Like the Sandman, I will wash over you with my truths, subconsciously invading the parts you tried to deny you saw in me that also reside in you, and bring them to the surface because now you're asleep and helpless. Powerless to the rhymes that flow across the boundaries of space and time from my mind into your mind. Now you're mine. And you'll never break free. No, never break free. And when you wake, my voice will be imprinted within, engraved on your heart. The thing that you try to stifle now forever will be a part of you. There's nothing you can do. Your plan has bounced back, and the very thing you thought I couldn't do, I have done to you. Now what? Tell me, now what? There is no what. The battle is won, you're done. I came out number one. And now you can see that you shouldn't have tried to play me. You slept on me. That was your biggest mistake, because now what you tried to run away from will follow you to your grave. You slept on me. All right. As soon as I saw the line, I know when, people say they sleep, they're unaware, of certain things because, your eyes aren't open and all of that type of stuff. And I said to myself, as soon as I saw it, I said, this whole poem is going to be about that. So said, so done. I just thought it was such an intriguing idea to go there. But I am not much of a rapper. And I feel that someone who is a better spoken artist can do a lot more with the cadence of the you slapped on me, you slapped on me, you slapped on me. Like a different poet with a different reading style would read this better than I read it. And I think that's just fine. Like, I think that every time I read it, I'd be like, man, if I had a different kind of sensibility to how I approach reading poetry, this would be a much better poem. But then I would also have to reel it back in for all of these messy little run-on sentences that I have in here, which is also typical of me. Like, I write these little short one-liners like I did in Love. It's hard, it's exciting, it's compromise, it's fun, it's up, it's down, it's not black and white. Like, I have these short punchy sentences, but then I also like writing run-ons, like a connection of hearts that joins the soul, that joins your all and releases the vulnerability of your soul into the arms of the one that you trust, to treat it like a treasure that transcends beyond the limitations of this world. And I like a good run-on, and I have to rehearse them a bit because I can't just keep having the steady rhyming lines. I need to break it up. Like the ocean, if you throw a pebble into a calm lake, it won't be calm anymore. Ripples will happen. However, the ripples will go away. So, it's about balance. And I like that this does that because a lot of my poems do this. They will have a kind of a steady pace. And then I'll just be like, you know what? No, I don't care anymore. And just have a big block of a different, type of rhyme. And I like this because I feel like if Dario were going to write something about his journey at the end, and if he had this ode to his parents for all of the trauma that they caused him as a child, this is what he would say: that you didn't allow me the space to grow, and you pretended that you will allow me the space to grow so that you can use me to serve your own purposes. And I still came out on top anyway. And, you know, all the damage that you did to me, I pulled through. And it makes sense to me in relation to why it's in this book for that reason. And it's fun, and I think that someone like Dario would appreciate this because he ultimately becomes a music producer, and he that's what he does, you know. So he writes lines here and there, you know, songs for R&B artists to rap artists. You know, he creates magic in the studio. That's what he does. And I feel like he would like something like this if he went out, you know, to a poetry reading, or if one of his friends did this. It would land well. It's his type of thing. So, yeah. It's fun to read. And I always think it wouldn't be for the reasons I already stated. But yeah, it would be so fun to see someone who has more spoken word and rap sensibilities take this, because I would thoroughly enjoy listening to it. Because I heard one person do my poetry because she asked to do it, and it was really nice to hear someone else's interpretation of your own words as it relates to them personally, which is why I said what I said in the last one, that at some point you have to remove yourself from thinking what the writer was trying to say when they wrote it and what it means to you now that you're reading it, because connections are, you know, meant to be made, and why not create your own? So I got there, I made it to the end, I did that. There's one more poem in this book that I'll talk about it when I get there. But if you made it this far, as usual, thanks for stopping by.